It seems like it's been forever, right? No, not waiting 17 years for a new freaking Killer Instinct game. I'm talking about the last time we've seen any concrete info about Bee Orchid and Killer Instinct. We've had a few little mishaps here and there. If you guys might have caught, there's been some Microsoft live streams that happened every couple of Thursdays this month. And within these live streams, it was almost as if Bee Orchid herself was taking a real-life persona and trying to escape from the video game.
That's my hand. Dude, what are you doing?
It was some seriously comical stuff, almost as if the character almost wanted herself to be revealed finally. And who can blame her? She's been one of the most popular sex icons of video games for such a long time, and Bee Orchid is finally making a return. Now, this character's been known about for a long time. We all saw her, we saw my reaction to her. However, I never really had a chance, and I realize this now, to do some impressions on what the character looks like and stuff like that. So let's quickly talk about it. Bee Orchid has gone through a heavy redesign. Under first impression, yeah, you get kind of this Lara Croft Tomb Raider-y vibe. Not as much the new Lara Croft, but much more the older one. And I think the big reason that is that she's got a couple of very similar defining characteristics, most notably hot pants, and other notably like this combat bra situation where you can see her midriff showing. These two things kind of are very predominant with Lara Croft as a character over a very, very long time, as well as having guns and weapons all over her, and that seems very much a thing that Bee Orchid is going for now. She's got like a grenade on her shoulder, it looks like. She's got a knee pad on one knee for some reason that we maybe do not know, but otherwise she kind of does give that vibe. The goggles are amongst discussion. We all know that the goggles everyone kind of has a problem with. However, I think her design is actually pretty freaking faithful. I mean, all things considered, you can't really leave Bee Orchid in the exact same state that she was in Killer Instinct 2, because holy freaking crap, look at that butt. She was definitely a thing back in the day, and a sex symbol is all she really was. And now they're actually trying to make a character out of her, so I'm kind of excited to see where her character archetype is going to go, because it seems to be much more serious. And I believe her character icon is actually two, like, M16 machine guns, crossed by each other for her character icon. So it's a much different type of thing other than being generic raver girl than before. Now, talking about her gameplays, Bee Orchid was pretty much every other character in the older Killer Instinct. She had a fireball, she had a really good openers, she had the tiger cat, the fire cat, you know, all that stuff. And I think that a lot of that is probably going to remain fairly faithful. I do think that Double Helix did get a lot of flack for Glacius. They dramatically changed the way that Glacius looked, and the initial reaction to him was pretty harsh. A lot of people really like their old buff T-1000 Iceman, and I do kind of agree. Although Killer Instinct does have space for these classic costumes that we have not seen anything about yet, so I'm pretty sure these are going to kind of whet our appetite for those things that we've been looking for so much about classic KI. But Orchid is a character that's really preserved. Like, in my opinion, Orchid might be technically the most quote-unquote popular Killer Instinct character, even though I like Fulgore and I think Fulgore is the poster boy of KI. Orchid is the one girl that everybody played. Like, I can almost tell you that exactly. Like, there wasn't any one person that played the older Killer Instinct games and didn't play Bee Orchid. If you're one of those, put your comment down below and let me know, because you are a 1 in a billion. Even though the game probably sold 4 million units, you are 1 in a billion people that did not play Orchid. Everyone played Bee Orchid in the older Killer Instinct, and I guarantee you everybody knows how to do flick flack light punch, flick flack light punch, flick flack light punch ender. Everyone knew how to do that combo. It's a staple of the character, and for anyone that knows what Killer Instinct is, everyone played Bee Orchid. She was the hot Asian chick. She was the one that we all, were like oogling and ogling as kids. And as I was thinking of this, I was accepting the fact that, yeah, Bee Orchid technically could be one of the most popular characters in all of the Killer Instinct franchise. Even though she got a dramatic redesign in Killer Instinct 2, and every single character kind of looked like Janet Jackson, I think Bee Orchid should remain kind of faithful to how she was in the previous games. Now, what I find interesting about the roster so far of what's been revealed for KI, there's only one really heavy rushdown character, which is Saberwolf, and there's no really other keep-away characters or characters that have fireballs. Jago is the only character with a traditional fireball, and Glacius is the only one with kind of like a projectile attack, even though it's not really a fireball, which is his hail attack. So I'm thinking Orchid should probably at least be a character that has some moveset similar to Jago. It would make sense, I mean, they're brother and sister in previous games. I don't know if that's going to remain in this game or not, but regardless, every character was kind of like Jago in the previous Killer Instinct, comparing to the Jago that we have now in KI3. So I would kind of like to see Orchid be sort of similar to Jago, have good like moving abilities, good openers, have a good ability to use like fireball attacks. I definitely do want to see her turn into a Fire Cat. I will actually be kind of disappointed if she doesn't, because so far all we've seen her kind of have a Fire Cat as from the previous sneak peek from the Sadira trailer was like a Fire Cat familiar she has, so we don't know if she like uses it in any way. I really hope that stays. I think that's a staple of Be Orchid, her turning into a Fire Cat. Even though that's kind of like ridiculous, it's 90s hoaxy cheese, I kind of just want that stuff to remain. Even though it's cheesy, even though it's corny, I think preserving a lot of this stuff about Killer Instinct's cheese back in the day is really important, because that's what gave the game a lot of personality, and the new KI is definitely going in a more serious direction. So let me know what you guys think. Be Orchid is pretty much T-minus 48 hours from full frontal reveal, and I cannot freaking wait. So expect a reaction video, and hopefully, just hopefully, you might get some gameplay with her really soon if things go well this week. I hope we get it, dudes. Stay here, subscribe if you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.